Hi Days fans, it's the weekend, Saturday, June 6th, and we are going to talk about yesterday's episode. I don't know if I might be getting a little too invested in this show because I was not looking forward to watching it yesterday. I really didn't want to see baby Grace die like people predicted she would, but thank God she didn't.
Yet.
But I have to tell you, I'm not prepared to be dealing with that. After Zach.
Didn't you say that they would never kill another baby?
The writers, somebody wrote in that the writers said they would never do that again after Zach because it didn't go very well. I mean, let's face it, I would say 70% of the viewers probably have little kids or kids at all.
Yeah.
I mean, at least. So, who wants to watch that?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about where they're going to go with it after the baby dies. Well, if Grace dies. But
The only reason that I could see up for doing that is to allow Mia and Will to go about their romance without being encumbered by a child.
what about allowing EJ to raise Sydney without Sammy knowing? And then they boot out Nicole.
Yeah, because if Grace, God forbid, dies, they won't have to worry so much about Sammy finding out that she's not hers.
So let's talk about the Stefano scenes. Amazing. Stefano, fantastic acting, fantastic writing when they were in the chapel at the hospital, the way he was just laying it all out to Nicole and confronting her. I love one of my favorite scenes, day scenes since I've watched the show.
I have to tell you, my quote of the day, Stefano being all cheeky and EJ saying, well, what are you even doing out of bed? And Stefano goes, I came here to repent.
Repent, yeah.
Which is so ridiculous, but I mean, everybody knows he's joking, but EJ just says, yeah, I'm sure you are, and kind of dismisses it for now, but and then he says, wow, that's some wife you've got there, and EJ's like, we got other things to deal with here. I don't want to talk about my wife. We got to deal with Owen. He's like, don't worry about it. I got it covered.
Yeah, he's always got it covered.
Oh, and on that note, the only reason they haven't had Stephanie give her statement yet is so that the DeMeras have time to get a hold of her and say...
And scare her?
Yes, because there is no way that they wouldn't have taken her statement by now.
Oh, I know.
Freaking, what the hell's his name? Roman comes to the house and says, well, tomorrow when you give your statement, why didn't he just get it right then and there? Makes no sense. Those scenes with Philip and Stephanie having sex were pretty wild.
How so?
Well, you're the one that said she even had her legs spread. I mean,
Oh,
they don't
yeah.
usually go that far in a soap opera.
But what are they having, like slow motion sex? I don't get these, the way they diagram the sex scenes. It was like really slow.
Yeah, really.
I don't get it.
They didn't make sense.
I prefer the Daniel, Chloe, crazy sex scenes.
Yeah.
But
I think they try to show it really slow. That means they're in love.
oh,
Really fast means it's just sex.
oh, okay.
That's
All
the
right.
code.
So do you think Stephanie's thinking of Owen when she's having sex with Philip?
Not the way you're thinking of him. No, you're not thinking of him. Not the way that you're thinking she's thinking
Oh,
of
okay.
him.
How am I thinking that she's thinking of him?
You're thinking she's thinking of him like, oh, I wish I was in bed with Owen. But I think she might be thinking of him like, oh my God, I was locked in a drawer.
Maybe he was a good kisser and she wants him back.
Well, that's what I said. I said if he's a good kisser, it doesn't matter whether he kidnapped her or not. That trumps kidnapping.
Okay, prediction, do you see a Philip-Stephanie wedding?
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't give them beyond a year of being married if they do.
That'd be Philip's second divorce, Stephanie's first.
Yeah, you gotta have a starter marriage on days, honey.
Yeah, starter marriage, yeah. So, back to the hospital scenes. Allison Sweeney, fantastic acting.
God, yeah.
I mean, you really look distressed.
Well, JB, not to take away from your acting, you're amazing, but she just gave birth herself. So
True.
these scenes are going to muster up the same trauma that we're thinking. I mean, It's hard for a mother to be thinking of these things. But no, she's an amazing actor.
Yeah, with Rafe, I'm not really feeling it, but I'll give him a break. But geez, I don't know. You know, Daniel is really laying the groundwork for
Oh God, you're
for
telling him
Grace
to
dying.
go get your family here. And
I'm not hopeful. Between the rumors and what's going on, Grace might be curtains unless they do like Stephanos makes does
Yeah,
some
like-
kind of crazy thing where
Yeah.
we know she's not dead, she's safe, but everybody thinks she's dead.
But I hope they let us know she's not
Yeah,
dead.
that's what I think they're gonna do.
Because
They're
they
not-
might, like, 5 years from now be like, oh, Stefano kidnapped her. And I don't want to wait 5 years. I don't want to be sad like we were for Zach.
Yeah, no. I don't think they're gonna officially kill her, but they're gonna make people think and then bring her back. It's like that ace in the hole, like Pocket. He's gonna come back.
Like Nicole's biological baby
The one that was supposedly
miscarried. Can I tell you, I'm reading a book right now about a woman who gave birth like a week after she started wearing maternity clothes. And, you know, the baby's got problems, but she's alive. She's like 7 or 8 now. So these things can happen. And Nicole was totally wearing maternity clothes. That's why she had to go out and buy the maternity bump.
You know.
On days, viable pregnancy takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah, I've always thought that that baby is alive.
Because I'm telling you, when Billy miscarried Georgia, aka Chelsea, I did not think that baby was. I mean, I wasn't watching all the time then, you know. But
So it's the exact same storyline. Billy miscarried, Chelsea.
yeah, they were in
Dad
some like
shows
rural town in
Wow.
you know the south somewhere, and you know, it's some farm or something.
Well, who paid off the doctor in that
It
scenario?
wasn't even a doctor. I think it was like some farm couple.
Well, who paid off the farm couple
Well,
to steal the baby?
It was. This is one of those things where at the time these people seemed perfectly wonderful, and then like 10 years later it turns out Stefano was involved. So they never said exactly, as far as I know.
Stefano was involved.
Yeah, Stefano. They were at some island, and they're like, "What's going on with Chelsea?" And he confessed when they found them all. Or was it Tony?
You know, I was talking yesterday about the currency of the actor's longevity on a soap.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a soap that they switch actors for a character quite often, that really lowers your value.
Yeah, because people love watching those.
Flashbacks.
But what do they call them?
So, for example,
What do they call it? They use the word montage.
So, for example, Brady. Like the new Brady, probably. I never knew the old Brady, but I like this Brady a lot.
I like them better.
You can't use any flashbacks.
Right.
You've lost that
Like you
asset.
can't when they show him and Chloe, it has no like
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, you got it. You know, some characters have been on for a long time, and the more you have them been on for a long time, the more powerful, the stronger your character base
people
is.
love to watch those like flashback montage things where they show like Sammy and Lucas at their wedding, and they showed all those scenes from like you know the early '90s. People love that.
I think that's why it was a difficult decision to get rid of John and Marlene, because they really threw away a lot of history there.
And the older viewers, because
Yeah.
there's really not, you know, Bo and Hope are it now.
Stefano
Stefano,
and Victor.
Victor.
So they
But
got
as far
some.
as couples,
Those are solid foundations there, and they've done the whole mirroring of families, the Demiras and the Kyriakises. You know, they got the same thing: father, no mother, ambitious son, playing against each other. So,
Kate would like to think of herself as the mother in that scenario.
yeah, but she's not married to Victor. I mean, she's playing both. She's more sexually active with Stefano.
Yeah.
So, I'm a big Stefano fan now.
So let's all just hope that they don't kill off baby Grace, because that's going to be tough to watch. But, Nicole, I think that you might be satanic for not telling Mia about this baby.
Oh yeah, so they showed Nicole bringing Mia into the room, but I think that was a made-up story.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do, Mia. We're gonna tell them that you're really the mother, and we're gonna go in there, and that way you can see the baby.
Right.
But
right.
it's not a real thing. So Nicole, you're evil for not coming out with the true genetic information that could save this baby.
Yeah, and you're evil for not letting Mia say goodbye to her baby. But maybe she thinks she's doing the right thing, so Mia can think her baby's still alive. mean,
I don't think
what
that's the right thing. I
what
think
would
if
you
your baby
rather
is,
do?
I'd rather know the fate of my baby and not go on day to day thinking it's alive when it's dead. That's really creepy.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, you're gonna get what's coming, and Stefano's gonna shove it down your throat. Don't you think?
I hope so, and I hope that you see her praying in the church, the hospital chapel, and I hope. I don't know. I just hope that
She doesn't have very many cards, but she's still aggressive. She threatened Stefano.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
what did she? I can't remember what she said, but
when
she
she was
threatened
leaving
him.
the room, she says in front of EJ, "Well, Stefano, take care of yourself. I sure hate for something to happen to you." What are you, crazy?
On that note,
Okay.
what do we always say?
The couple that watches stays together.
Stays together.